Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Kentucky Route Zero. I'm SS Cannon, and today we're here for Act 3. Now, I just did the entertainment, the interlude in between 2 and 3, and it is it's something. It's definitely something. I will. Now, I'm not gonna add it in because it is like a 30 something minute play that you just kind of watch with almost really no sound or audio or anything. And it was boring as hell, actually. But I obviously, if you want to see it, look it up. It's definitely out there, and boy, was it something. It was kind of like a college. It seemed like a college production, sort of something like that, where they were kind of playing off each other. There was kind of maybe like a topic, and they were just sort of freestyling the play itself, which was like cool in concept, but it went on and on and on way longer than I feel like it should have. But it is something that if you do want to see it, one, get the game. The game's pretty fun, especially at this point. I would say if you haven't progressed too far, get the game and play it. Enjoyable. But yeah, it is definitely something that you can kind of just sit, put on, and just watch, like an episode of some sort of show or anything. So we're gonna start here at Act 3. If you recall, we were just in the forest getting our treatment for our leg, and we began tripping because medication. So let's gonna see where that goes forward. So let me know in the comments if you've ever actually like seen a play of recent. It's been like a while. I think the last time I saw a play was maybe in high school. Ooh, bird songs. 83 and sunny now. Looks like it's going to be up and be 101 in late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight, so get those parasols. How says? Yeah, one of the things in the play was that it was really hot outside. Major actions just ahead of the Barcelona exit, so if you're headed to work on 31, you're late, my friend. Sugar? Sure, just a little sugar. I forgot how you take your coffee. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. Yeah, it's fine. Those little horses I used to keep me up. You know, they were having bad dreams. I remember. I wouldn't hear it. They're just horses. But those horses were troubled. Yeah, Lita chewed up the wood in the stalls. That's right. So I love those horses. Sit on the roof and read his textbook, watch him. He's so careful here. On our roof was just better shade than the one he fell from. Yeah, you gotta test them. Make sure, they're good, solid. If it's a heel, you can kick it back and still put the toe on something solid when the tile slips. I remember your lessons. He just wanted to study his, what's it called? Yeah, he was big in astronomy. Yeah, that's it. How could I forget? It wasn't his fault. Definitely, it wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. That's what we mean when we say it's a damn shame. Damn shame. Sure. Well, I have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope the truck can hold up. Long drive. I just think so. They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all. Sure, we can fill it. Not much left back there. That's good. I wouldn't want a disused pile of antiques to be my. Oh, what's the word? Uh, Legacy. Maybe. So yeah, so this is live set from the antique shop, and obviously this is before we headed to look for Dogwood Drive. Starting this whole journey and stuff. This is our last delivery. It's kind of cool, get a little backstory of right before we actually headed out and started this whole journey. And that's the word. I just need to think a bit. More coffee or something, or I've had too much. It'll come to you. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable there will start to be words I lose forever. What are those boxes you set in the hallways? Those are your codes. You packed them yesterday. Okay. Oh no, that was sad. Come on. Car should be your son. Will you wait with me? Yeah, no, I'll wait. There's your traffic weather on the fives, and every 10 minutes, brought to you by the Consolidated Power Companies. Stick around for Old Kentucky Home with Kate, hoping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this. Yeah, this is definitely the medication giving, like, having me flashbacks to memories. Oh, no. It's sad. And we're just like, oh no. One of my legs is a skeleton leg now. Is this still the medication not to fix me? It's a little... Dr. Sherman. Well, that's only if you make a late payment on a follow-up visit. I think everything went well enough here that they'll only want to bill for... Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, man? All fixed up? Everyone says you might be a bit misty coming out of it, so... Yeah, I was definitely dreaming. That's unlikely. The Nerfland team is quite powerful, in fact. Patients report a sensation of lost time. Do you feel like you've lost time? Well, last time we spoke, you were sitting right there, and now you're not, so I guess so. I've lost at least some time. It's been about 2 hours. Ooh. Feels like I got rest. Good. How about that leg? How's your leg feeling? Yeah, that's the important part. Should just lie a bit of chair to testing it. How's the leg? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that's my fucking leg. Not yours. Of course it's your leg. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't. It doesn't. One leg does not look like the other. It doesn't feel like it belongs to me anymore. I haven't encountered this reaction before, but it's not totally unheard of. I read a paper about something like this last year. It can happen for a lot of reasons. Neurological, psychological, social. I'm sure it won't persist in your case. Your thoughts and feelings are probably still a little nebulous from the Nerfland TM. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving at least for another hour or two, regardless. Alright, thanks, I can't do my job? Sure, Let's talk about a few things you should be aware of. Recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects. I mean, yeah, I should have plenty of time after I finish this job. And it was my last job, so... I'll have plenty of time to rest. Go for your vacation or... More like unemployment. Well, at your age, I want to be clear. You should expect lingering effects of the injury for more or less the rest of your life. Don't immerse it fully in water. Avoid extreme temperatures. Stay away from dusty roads and mountain lions as much as possible. So, what? For the rest of my life? What? Mountain lions? Good advice in any context. Why would mountain lions be attracted to my leg now? Best thing you can do is keep it clean and free of debris. Clean and free of debris? So, you're saying this skeletal leg... how would my leg get debris? And yeah, clean, yeah. So what? How often? What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with a soft cloth moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol. Soft cloth? You definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents. So do you have any questions? Anything about the bill that didn't make sense? I don't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip. Yeah, tell me about the payment plan on the bill, yeah, please. Yeah, that's one of the atypical clauses. I don't really have the control over the bill. Now that the Consolidated Power Company bought my employer, they handle everything. So it all runs through the electricity bill now. You can pay it back in full on your next billing cycle, or you can get on the energy credit payment plan. You'd have to call Consolidated for more details about that. I don't really understand how it works. Something about generating electricity to send back into the grid. So the power company handles the bill. So it gets attached to your electric bill. So you gotta pay it off, or you pay payment over time, like monthly, like you would your electric bill. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, one more thing. Don't be alarmed if you experience any side effects from their whole TM. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue state, irregular perception of time. About 15% of patients reported generalized sensation of lateness. Nothing to be alarmed about. Just keep it in mind. So I'm just gonna be late for everything going forward because I have a loss of time. Time isn't what it used to be. Thanks for your help. Julian's outside. We can head back to your truck. That's right. Julian's the bird. I was like, that. Oh, this is Act 3, Scene 1. So why they would do this? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trust in the fact. We're back to the museum. That every time that I've thought that I need to do some side thing on a has always been like the next thing I was supposed to do. Yeah, like when I was like looking for Shannon, I just had to continue the main story. And when I was looking for Dr. Truman, I just had to advance the main story, and I just looped around forever. So I'm just gonna work. I'm not gonna stop looking around stuff, but I'm gonna assume that the thing I'm looking for next will be there. Now I just have a skeletal leg. You get some respect there, old boo. The doctor was nice, you know. Yeah, so. Yeah, I'm sure he does it. Oh, the doctor does an okay job. He's not great. He does an okay job. Art of drug treating you. Street lights are a bit brighter. The fuck is that in the back? Is that Julian? Oh, like trails and tracers. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, never mind. Your pupils are probably just dilated or something. My dad got a hold of these eye drops once to stimulate the muscles in your eye and dilate the pupils. I guess they have some medical use, but one of the other miners said they'd help him see in the dark. But then he had to wear sunglasses all day. The drops lasted too long. That always had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor or health insurance or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or other would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. If a kite got infected or her migraines were too much to handle, mom would talk to so and so who knew so and so, usually another minor, and end up with some pills. And instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy ancestral warnings and superstitions, like all this lore that came with it, like magic, dangerous, mysterious. You having any problems? Sure, yeah, stuff would be expired or mislabeled. Mom was allergic to penicillin, as it turned out. That was scary. And one time in high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was so smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once, and you're lucky if one of them is with someone in the room you know. So she had these pills that they seemed to help. I was struggling in school too, failing hit history house. She offered to share the pills. Yeah, that. Yeah, don't, don't, don't give other people your pills. If it's your medication, it's for you. Don't give it to anyone else. They most likely will not react the same way because it's designed for you. So please don't give out your medication to other people because it sounds dangerous. Yeah, they seemed pretty harmless at first. I guess that's why I kept going with it. One day I was sitting on my bed. My notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook, and I was holding the pen in my hand. I remember the moment from several years before. It came out so suddenly with such precision I couldn't put it out of my mind. I just felt I had to stay with it until I recalled the whole thing perfectly. It was just a tiny nothing moment. My mom patching up the side of a birdcage, winding some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on the image and that sound, the cage kind of bending and twanging as she worked on it, rapping and nodding, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie. My parents came back from a triple shift and found me still sitting there on the edge of the bed, pen in my hand, delirious with thirst, patching the birdcage with 1,000-yard stare. Well, I guess this is my leg now. and just walk around anything. I can't. Oh, there's Julian over here. I'm guessing he's on top of Yep. You know what? Let's get the fuck out of here. So what's the plan? Head back to zero. Like do it. Yeah. Well, we found out there. I mean, I guess I probably could head back to zero. Go to the clerk. You know what? I haven't eaten all day. They probably use a bite now. So okay, you've been on the road a while. Oh, there's an all-night convenience store not too far from here. Is that okay? Yep. Nope. Sounds good to me. Take the 31 heading east, right before 65. Alright. Head back into the night. 31 east, right before 8. There's my That's around west, so. Try getting dispersed and dies is going guys who carefully out the road next to a fallen tree. Oh. Okay, we didn't get far. We did not get far at all. Oh no, not the truck that just died. A tree. Alright. Um, this is the tree from? This is the from tree? Okay. Well, we're in a loop now. So I guess we live here now. Nothing to be done. No. Can you take a look at it? I guess I can poke around in there, but I don't know a damn thing about engines. Wait, is this why you always leave your truck running? I mean, it's the first. It's just superstitions, right? Any other quirks I should know about? Don't name your dogs after loved ones. No Aunt Blue, I guess. Anyway, do you know the area? Anyone around here that could give us a hand? I mean, yeah, I drove past here yesterday. Oh, what were you doing out here yesterday? What? What was I doing out here yesterday? That's what I asked you. Uh, is this where the people were pushing the plane, or is this like something else? Oh, just two random strangers. Did you give them a ride or something? I mean, I heard they said no though. Yeah, I'm a real thoughtful kind of guy. We should call someone. Do you know a good towing company? I found this card from Mrs. Wreck Recovery on the dash. Yep, Lucky Bolt Johnson. Here's their card. Yeah, we found something else on the dash. All right, I'll give him a call. I hope I can get a signal out here. Hello. Speaking to the large brick cell phone held out to here. Hi, hello. We got an old I want to say diesel old truck just stalled out. It's sleepy. You know, it's the middle of the night there. You know, oh what? Yeah. That wake you? Your car says open 23 hours a day. Mm, yeah. Blah, 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 yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, yeah, we have a car. I mean, it's a truck. We're broken down by the side of the road. That's why I'm calling. Oh, it's like, okay, yes. No, it's okay. We just need to get to an auto shop and get this taken care of. No, no. Thanks for all the offer, but we really just need a tow. Is all. That's all. Yeah, it's like, yeah. We already ate. As soon as you can get us out here, we're off 65 somewhere. Just kind of pulled up by the tree that fell over. Mm, uh, mm-hmm. Yeah. That's actually a pretty accurate description of it. Yeah, hanging over the tower hole just like that. Did you see it go down? No, no. I guess it doesn't matter. Well, thanks again. We'll see you soon then. How long do you think you'll be? They're driving right now. They're on the way right now. Without the Shannon. I think they're on their way because they have some time to kill. Oh, I mean, we can look over the roadmap. I started that thing too long already. Where'd you get that old map? Anyway. Uh, it's always been in the truck. Oh, someone must have grabbed it at a gas station somewhere along the line, or maybe they just threw it in the glove box at the dealership. When my friends bought their first car here, it came with a map. I used to sit in the back and pour over it. Aunt Remidos saw me looking at it, I guess, and a few days later she gave me a map she'd bought from Colombia. It looked almost hand painted, deep, vibrant colors and rough borderlines with anxious brush strokes. Really pretty. I slowly traced the coastline with my finger, like I was walking on the beach and say, "Here we'll swim, and here we'll start a fire. Here we'll find a cave in the cliff face and go live among the bats for a while." I think I'll take a look at that radio of yours. Maybe I can get it going again. No point just standing around. So, is Urza on the trip now? Urza's part of this now? You're with us? Are you bored? Not yet. Okay. To me, you look a little bored. Let's play a game. What do you want to play with? We can tell the future with this little tree branch. It's pretty easy. We just break off a little sticks of each section and count through the different things that could happen. Okay, what should we ask? It should be about you. I can't do both the counting out and the questions. You know what? What kind of job am I gonna have next? Maybe sounds smart, Brent. So I want time counting out possibilities. Doctor, lawyer, taxman, driver, driver. Okay, what else? If I'm a driver, how am I gonna travel in the future? It's nuts. Counting possibilities. Motorbike, motorboat, horseback, hearse, old truck, new truck. New truck. The other branches are too bare. Don't worry about it too much. It's just a bunch of sticks. How you doing, Blue? You doing good? I was joining one so busy right now. And you got a lot of houses to carry still. He's big. He's a big bird. You know, on his own. And just this skeletal leg is just. I mean, it's gonna be a skeleton by the end. It's like, and in the interlude for the entertainment, there is a part where a fully skeletal man, like the same colored skeleton, kind of glow to it, does appear. So I guess that is kind of a connection between the interlude and this. It's like unseen. That thing's been broken for years. So we'll get to find out what station you had it tuned to when it went out. A snapshot of a younger man's taste. Do you remember what it was? I don't know, some college station. Well, I'm sure we'll find something to listen to on the road. I'll walk around. Distant motorcycle engine. Dun, 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 dun. Johnny, this is the right way? I don't recognize these trees. What's to recognize? Just a bunch of trees. Just the trees are so quiet, right? Usually you hear birds, wind, a squirrel or something. Doesn't seem so quiet right now. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's a little bored. I'll work some chord progressions in my head for a while or something. Haha. The road ahead. How far out are we? I don't know, but 28. It's Junebug. Dang. Junebug was also part of the entertainment. Supposed to show up, and I don't think they were dead. Damn. Harry's not gonna be happy. You know he doesn't like it anyway. I'll tell him you had to get that drain pipe on tape. Oh, they're having the Harry's. Harry's bar was like the location for the play and such. Hey, didn't you play on this record? Go-Go was on it. Yeah, Go-Go, Go-Go! That guy's out of control. We should do a set with him. Only Johnny plays the notes I like. Oh. What time is it? Yeah, it's late. Harry's gonna flip out. Oh, come on. That old man was born flip. I just hope we can scrape up some tips hard enough when you can get there on time. I'll just play the keyboard. I'll figure out the rest. I know. Oh, that's kind of nice, yeah. There's a little connection. It's like side guy. They had a kid with them. I'm sure he's getting in. He's hanging out with that old dog and old man, some kind of telephone technician or something. Sounds boring. I just feel sorry for him, is all. You can make a friend briefly. You're the best, and hey, maybe it's not so busy they can fill the seats at the gig. You know, if no one's there, Harry will try to blink us out, blink us on our face. Looks like we might be heading to Harry's. Was that him? Going pretty fast wherever they were. I bet they're getting chased by something. Maybe they got somewhere important to be. Definitely getting chased by something. Look. Oh, look at Blue. Blue's got introduced. So she's like, hey, I'm Blue. Stay here. Careful. He's wicked with strangers. Ha, you. Who's chasing you? Hear that, Cricket? We're being pursued. I knew it. Who's after us? That's a good question. These folks seem to have a certain handle on the situation. So, dinosaurs. Sure, something like that. Listen, we got two questions for you folks. What kind of people do you take us for? I mean, how do we strike you? Uh, yeah. Well, I'm not sure I'm following, huh? What kind of temperament do you think we have? What kind of work would you say we do? The way you speak and the way you're standing there, you definitely standing there like, this was probably painted and nonsense in my face. I can feel, you got an art feel. It may be. She's the artist. I'm just an entertainer. Entertainer. Now here's another question for you. Do you like music? Uh, I don't like music, but I do like sounds. I, yeah, they are not the same. Sometimes it's the radio dial between stations. Of course you do. Say they should come to our gig. What an idea! I was like, we're waiting for a tow. A tow? I won't hear about it. This time of night, you'll be kicking your heels till dawn. We'll fix your truck up. Me and Johnny are a couple of regular gearheads. Why, I just put a new cylinder block in this baby over here. I call it the Sloth on Wheels. That's what we call our bike. We call it the Sloth on Wheels because it's too tired. We'll get you fixed up quick so you can come to the gig. See, we have a regular booking tonight, and well, we're running late, very late. Yeah, there was issues going on the 65 and such, so I understand. Yeah, you're probably late. That's why I told him. Now the old man who runs the venue, Harry Esperanza, is a notorious whip holder, and if we don't get a few bodies in the crowd, well, he'll go all penny pinching on us. Just a short set. We only have one song prepared. Kind of gig. We really don't have time. Of course they will. Can you believe we almost didn't stop? Hungry, oh lady. I think we get a crust in the side here. Oh, your feet blue. But you're having a kid, no. Well, it's all said and done. We stopped. That's all that matters. Our gig's at an old tavern called the Lower Depths. It's over there by Old Charlie Morin Highway, just east of 65. We usually take a ride off the interstate around the arcade. Johnny likes the arcade. That place, I just put fresh batteries in my field recorder. Now let's see about that truck of yours. I feel certain we can get it running. Alright. I guess they fix it. I guess you also fix the radio, which I'm definitely not gonna press. Where are we going? I forgot where we're going. Jolene's doing her job. Nope. It's supposed to go that way, but I'm looking around. We most likely don't need to, what's it called? I most likely don't need to, oh, there's a convenience store. I want to see if I can find it. Food. Oh, we'll brush one out. I have a leg. How many brothers wanted? The inside of the booth is big enough for a car table, 2 chairs, and a few plastic crates filled with snacks and warm coke. 2 men shovel plastic dominoes across the table. Let's look for a door. Look around. Find the sliding service window on the far side of the booth. The kind that you can slide in and out of the booth without allowing anyone to reach in and make a grab for a cash register. Let's not go on the window. Connor routes the the service window. One of the men sends his partner an expert against and returns attention to us. Put some money in. With a few dollars to the service window, one of the men lets out a vex slide without standing or turning his eyes to the game. He reaches out a plastic crate and retrieves a small blue bag, distractingly pushing it through the service window. Chips or something. The bag is illustrated with a cartoon drawing of avocado, but the nutritional data suggests it's pretty sugary, and the expiration date has been worn away. Well, I said we came for food, we got some food. So what's the... Actually, I didn't pay that much attention. That's the... What? Happy Valley? That's... yeah. There's the arcade. The arcade is closed. Oh. The tavern. The tavern. So I guess this is the tavern in which the entertainment took place. And please don't put me in a 30-minute play again. Which was amazing. Oh man, I loved it so much. The only reason I'm not showing you is because it just took so much time. Yeah. Hard Times, sir. That's right. They didn't have any beer. They only had Hard Times whiskey. You know? Yeah, I'm probably worried about because I have a kid, or because this is a tavern. You know, to bring the kid to a tavern. It's always on yellow here. It's all like, huh? But I wish it didn't. Ooh. Gotta keep focused here, Blue. Gotta keep focused. Bar door. The lower depths. Kinda late. Are you sure they're open? Sure, they're open. This is one of those places. Alright. We're not saints, but we keep our appointments. How many people can boast this much? That's lovely, ma'am. Who said it? A poet. A poet said it. Which one? The one that does poetry? Junebug. Ma'am, I hate to say it, but the cupboard is bare. Have some vision, Cricket. We got 1, 2, 4 patrons. Harry doesn't count. Well, we got more with less. We've done more with less. You know what kind of music do you play? It's like Criano Cole meets Ike Towner, but with a woman lead, and the keyboards are kind of ambient whisper wave. Little bit more reverb. There's some Dolly Crown in there too, like the early stuff before she joined the Sheet Swingers. Better drum programming though. I don't know who those people are. Well, you'll hear it in a minute. It's like, this is like it's sending me for a trip. Sandwich. A rough break between two eats of stale bread sits in the center of the table, surrounded by a ring of undisturbed dust. Yes, we eat bricks for as meals. Goggles. Bogus had a black goggles on the edge of the table next to an ashtray, a newspaper, and a few empty glasses. Huh? Who do you think this belonged to? Whoever they are, they're gone now. Must have been a pretty tank to leave behind. This thing looks expensive. Ezra, the child. Ezra flips to your jukebox catalog of songs. What do you think? I don't know how to play this game. Oh. All I'm pouring tonight is Hard Times whiskey. But do you have coffee though? No coffee. Hard Times whiskey. Say, shut that door, would you? I can't afford to run the AC all night. Sorry, Harry. Oh, it's you two. Where have you been? Never mind. Listen, I can't keep this place open through the small hours of the night just waiting for a musician. Where is everyone? Everybody had to, clear out. How's it get set up, huh? There's no one here to listen to it. I can't pay for it. We brought some people. Harry! A crowd is forming. Yeah, but also Come on. Can you use a little break? There you go. Been on my feet all day. Yeah, but time to set up. This song goes out to Harry. 1, 2, 3. When was the last time you saw some live music? Or like been to a concert, that sort of thing. It's I think the last concert I went to was Blink 182 were the headliners, and I can't off the top of my hand remember the band, but it's the band I actually went there for. I don't remember what the band's name was, but I really like that band. That's the band I went for. Like, it's like so. How's it looking out there? How are you feeling tonight? Can we get a bit more reverb in the monitors? Just so. How's that? Test 1 1 1 3 50 lamination. Sounds good. How's everybody doing? Everybody had a real bad night? How about you, old man? Yeah, it was kind of fucking shitty. We'll try not to make it too much worse. This is a song I heard in a tavern many years ago at an open mic night. Me and Johnny were out just riding around, you know? You like to drive around, oh man? It's my job. Oh, of course you do. So we were out riding around, we passed this gaudy old tavern. I mean, it was a real dive, busted up facade. Weeds in the parking lot. Taps all dry. Bats in the bar room, and run by his creaky bag of bones. Looks like the only thing keeping him alive was the fear of death. So glad to be back here at the lower decks. Hey now. So we stopped for an early drink, and there was a lady singing right here on stage, and the song she sang, well, it stuck with us, and now it's a regular part of our repertoire. Never got the lady's name, but she seemed like a sweet gal, and she had a voice like Scotch whiskey, and we just hope we do her song justice. So here it is, Too Late to Love You. Well, this song's getting replaced. Oh no. They're blowing the roof off this place. They changed. Oh, yeah. It's got a guitar. That's just sweet. Oh no, I know the song. I never should have met you. Uh-oh. Dum. Now I know what you're thinking. These lyrics are not matching the vibe of the song, but they are. You gotta sing the song in your heart, and you can really feel it, yeah. Check out the Kentucky Route Zero soundtrack and wherever you can find music. Really experienced that song since, and they put a lot of work into this, and the songs are actually pretty nice. Oh no! What was your first heartbreak? How old were you? crazy on that guitar. It's been so long that I've seen a guitar. Oh man. I'm wondering if this is like Conway's loss of perception of time and that's why things are going, or if this is just the music is doing this to the world. I'm interested to like the other version of the song you can make. Yeah, I know this song is going crazy. These lyrics are going insane in your head right now. You know what? It's karaoke. Sing this out loud. Let everybody know. You know, for the partner, you've ever been in love with someone, but it just never panned out. You didn't have a chance, or they disappeared. Whatever happened that caused the rift between you, that you never actually had a chance. But now, it's too late. You've moved on. Yeah. Sing it out there. Sing it for your soul. I sing it myself, but I don't want to ruin the song for you. But you're going crazy. Like I can hear you're not a professional. Really cool. Like I said, coming from the interlude, actually meeting Junebug and everything, and here, we met all the patrons that were here before that inevitably had to leave. We said it felt the way it was shot was that it was a play, because they had an audience in the back watching and stuff, and now, we're here in the bar, and they've I've heard this before. Maybe we're sticking around for the show. Nothing more wretched than playing a sad song to an empty room. We just got to get our free fee from Harry, then we'll get you headed to the Zero. Yeah. Hooray! Well, Harry, I think that went pretty well. I'd say the crowd was into it reverentially. Right. I guess the usual fee is about right, and we'll let you get back to your business. Well, that's just the... Damn it, I was trying to tell you to. I can't pay. They cleaned me out. I got nothing left but IOU from the distillery. An IOU? Yeah, I traded them for some whiskey, and I guess I had some surplus credit, so I got this note to get some more from them later on. Must have been a hell of a trade. I had to. Got to keep this place open somehow. Watch your language. Yeah, I didn't say GD that time. Yeah, can you pay them with the IOU? Oh, very contemporary, very astute. How about it, Harry? Let's push some paper around. Well, I can collect on it here when they're bringing more whiskey up, but for you to cash in, you'd have to go down to the distillery, down to hard times. And you gotta take the Zero. So that's what we'll do. How do we get there? Are you folks sure you want to head down there? I've never been myself, but I hear people hear things, rumors. You know another way to get Dogwood Drive? Dogwood? Got a letter, did you? Yeah, stack 'em. Well, okay. Sounds like the Zero your only course now. You're all right. If only. You got a radio in your car? Yep. Well, here's what you got. Take a left out of the parking lot, and then just fiddle around your dial until you hear something familiar. Familiar but strange. You know the feeling? Like, I used to go hunt with my uncle out in the mountains, and now I watch these nature programs. They're filmed in the mountains, and there's deer, and I know all the plants and every kind of tree, but something just doesn't look right. And it's even stranger for being so close to familiar. Something like that. You'll know it when you hear it. Fix that strange but familiar station on your dial, drive for a bit, and then turn around when the station cuts out. Right then. Hope you folks found what you're looking for. Eventually. Always a pleasure, Harry. Is it? Okay. So you gotta find a station that sounds familiar but also strange. Drive, and as soon as it cuts out, turn around. All these rules to be able to traverse the actual Zero. Alright. That's where we're heading out. Radio. What's this station? I never heard this before. It sounds like horses. Horses running? A race? This had an hour had some horses back. Yeah, I've always been a little afraid of them. They're so big and I don't know. You look in the eyes and they're almost human. Like they're human and animal at the same time since they've been domesticated so long, I guess. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out. Now we drive. The horses. What the? Who let the horses out? Who let the horses out? And as we turn around. Oh. The horses. Back on his errand. All of the Mountain King. What is this? Act 3. Scene 4. Hall of the Mountain King. I'm the king of the mountain. Hey, Blue. Oh. What do you think? What do you suppose happened here? Can I storm wash it away? Haven't seen much water down here though. Look at the bridge. The bridge ends abruptly crumbling in disrepair. Time to cut him loose, ma'am. You bored? Nah, it's slow night anyway. I'm happy just tagging along. Boardwalk. Let's see what I think the man's running a little too quickly on that new leg. Rope. A loop with decayed rope is coiled around the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with fine dust. Bunch of computers. Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously along the rocks. It's funny to me that like when Jimmy moves, it's robotic. You get that sound. Pet carrier. That doesn't look great. A pet carrier from a cat or small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner may have once been a blanket. Conway moving like a new man. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag, cat food, and a few punch cards. Yeah. What's the bonfire crackling reverberates through cave. Pile of discarded electronics burns steadily in the center of the chamber. Same woman. Wait, maybe. Oh, it's triangles and triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. And you're escorting her, pretending to have her interests at heart. Well, really? Really, you're in love with the young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affection. But it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him out of your picture. Bug, I'm into it. Well, maybe I still have the knack. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot, bullseye riffling stuff. You know, I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Just me and my thesaurus steaming out the windows. I don't think you should be listening to this, Ursa. I'm not listening. But of course, it couldn't last. You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that, inject a little libido into these ugly beige boxes, huh? So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interactions, and then I picked up Donald Research Assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played around with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation that seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days from my Lexington studio apartment. A woman in a tattered cardigan looks fuming at the other people around the fire. Talk to the old man. So, yeah, are these the two people that sent messages to the guy at the gas station who was like, there's still stuff in the cave for us to explore and stuff, but he left? Or actually no, because what's her name is working in the Zero in the building complex. Like, she works there now. He's up here, and then there's one person I think stayed behind. Where the old green river goes to the hills and caves not known to us, down to the sunless sea. Oh, where are you? What's that song? Oh, you caught a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself when we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. And old Kentucky were my love, a lovely home did build for me, and where the old green river runs, through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and that's it. What were we talking about? We're a bit lost, actually. Ah, you came from the road, the Zero. No, you should stay off that road, not safe. Bizarre topology. You'll never get anywhere, it just brings you right back here. What are you working on? Looks pretty good. It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in the decay to rot. Or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively, and it's some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. And that's to say nothing to the software, but you look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffused base transmitter circuitry? It sounds like it was short circuit. Certainly, but not all of it. Some moldy filaments are more or less conductive than others, and it grows in non-linear chaotic patterns. We can guide it a bit through a simple application of classical horticulture, but we can't produce specific results, only tendencies. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on the derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. But we are mere gardeners in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo often into the tunnels. Boundless the bare, the caves stretch far away, and we are too late. Always too late. What? Did you say something? You were telling us about software. Oh, the software, my last work, Zandu. You heard of it? Perhaps you've read about it in the journal. It's been years since I published anything. Zandu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article, Literary Multitudes, Hypertextual Narrative of Post-Structural Witness. Evolved and then deteriorated. Downsides dramatically and takes a puff from his pipe. I'm afraid you're too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. As the mode accumulated on the circuitry, Zandu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted, then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? My family disappeared. I tried to deliver response. We're closing down. Shuffling around the dusty ghosts of antiquity. Well, I know my own ghosts, and I keep them in here, in there, in Zandu. It's running on the glorious dusty machine. Take a look if you like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce. Anyway, far too late to do anyway. Guess I'll talk to Andrew. They just all live here in this cave. Do you know that when I first, if I can zoom back, no, I mean, if this cave were larger, could it? Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta know. How would you characterize this space, the one we're standing in? Yeah, it seems pretty endless right now. You have no idea how right you are. Decades of mapping and noting, but how can you tell? What form of quality makes it seem endless, you know? The shadows seem to stretch forever. Sure, but they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be. They're projections, or maybe they're anomalies? How's that? Can you tell where we are now, surrounded by creeping anomalies? Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? Only if you close yours. Okay, I can do it for memory. Good. Now. You're standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadow and anomalies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. Sorry to disappoint. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't be so attached to the future. It's always getting in the way of my work. Better to be in the moment, carefully observing and documenting with no attachment. Let me give you an example. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Don on his project. He said we needed someone with more analytical mind to do descriptive work ratings. Someone who would appreciate the cave description as real labor, instead of taking their authoritative voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions to the computer, and I put in the hours. Believe me, I put in the hours. I described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often in the dark and lonely moments of worry that in my sleep I've transcribed runes from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be injured with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write, and all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. Alright, Andrew, a man wearing a large glass inspects the ceiling. Oh, there's a gate. Where the hell is... Yeah, it's like, are these the caves that, like, they needed to continue? There's so much more in them. Masquerade turned out to scavenge materials, blocks passage far from the other side. But you need to go to Zandu. What's inside Zandu? What does Zandu do? Right. Real quick. Can I... Is this a person right here? I know this is Zandu, but like, there's literally a person. Okay, Roberta. I was like, is there a person right here that I can talk to? Roberta, the kingdom is in peril. Well, what else is new? Do you work here? Work, you could call it that. I got our old circuit boards and throw them in the fire. Sometimes I fish out precious metals and let them cool in toxic gems. I put them in my hair. Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror from prevents the future, a magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic crest that always filled with. I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to public libraries like a beach comber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed lettering elbows with academics, scraped the black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into sin sequence. The kingdom is in peril. A woman in a long worn shirt stares at the fire, lost in thought. Let me look at this Zandu. This is the computer. No? The one that they did already? Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements of the worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. How do you think we get it started? This whole thing? Maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh, it has a run key. Alright, I guess we're... Let's see what the Zandu's all about. Act 3. Scene 5. Zandu. Noisy, broken synthesizer. Music. A den of You are staring at the end of no, you are staring at the end of I have no idea what this is. I'm not translating. This isn't even what it says. try classic cassette trick. You know how I plus return key. The road small talk. Okay, that's worse. That does look like a house. Looks like a house type house. House. I gotta pretend I understand what the fucking name this is. What? In bleak quit? You and a lost message everywhere. Lula, the computer. Yeah, it definitely said Lula. Very loud. I got between the School of Music. Nice, we won. Has the and you got, how's your something doing? I can't tell what she's saying. Oh, I have my portable deguzzer with me. Old systems like this one can build up a random magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The deguzzer clears that out, suddenly shaking the magnetic field around it until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it anyway, like shaking a snow globe. Word to shot. Your stubborn tunnel, cave, open. Well, okay. Yeah. I'm getting this. I understand what's happening here. You know, I just don't want to make it too easy for you. I know you guys are smart enough. You're deciphering this on your own. You don't need me to print it out for you. In the file, press any key. Yeah. Yeah. It used to be glorious, though. I understand. Act 3. Scene 6. I get it. Zandu, you've been a big help. I wouldn't ever understood that. Now I understand what all of this means. I know you get it too. You don't need me to tell you. You're way too. Hang on. Go see our boy Dono. It's so hilarious, man. Jimmy almost got like the robot. Oh, man, I can only imagine how amazing Zandu was in that brief moment where everything just clicked and everything was as it was supposed to be. I had to have been proud. Yep, just waiting for the world to catch up. I wonder how long they've been down here in these caves. Like, just working on stuff, just researching everything, like how long it has been down here, just them excavating the varying, seemingly endless depth of this cave. Or did they move? Right? Did they come here and like work here and then like leave to go somewhere else, or like, or do they just live here? I wonder. I don't think I've ever actually like been like, was it spelunking? Is that what it is? Cave diving or whatever it is? Never done that. Never been in it before. Kind of cool to try out, but I don't know. Well, it's getting weird, but it's been weird this whole time, and it's been kind of enjoyable. There's always like more shit. I'm just like, what is happening here? Like, what's going on, Donald? Why'd you build this unit? So you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Yep, pretty busted. The chalky bones of a beautiful dream, but you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, excessively simulated parallel cave ecosystem, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions, the bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first we only heard them walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, but their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. Yeah, what they look like? They look like... No. It's too horrible. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They're always too much for me, but it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, Lula? Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? Yeah, so we're looking for her now. Yeah, we need to go back to Lula so we can cancel it. No, she's gone now. She's left. We built this together. Did you know Lula, Joseph, and I? It's like, yeah. So yeah, you are the third one that stayed because you're like, there's so much more here. We can't just leave. But they left. Lula's gone from here, but Donald points across the cave with his pipe, still in there, in Zandu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damn tangled highway, but Zandu, before it ruined, was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation. Until... but maybe. Those weird interloopers destroyed my Zandu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've spent many eager seconds to negotiate with them to repair my masterpiece. Back there, with that tunnel, push back the vines, crawl out the darkness, watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees from rock to crystal, and then the mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe and a few dreams left. Are you smoking on that mold? I don't think that's good for your health. I don't think any mold is good for you to smoke, man. Act 3. Scene 7. Well, we met the... Where do strangers come from? Oh, no. Not the strangers. Not a movie I've ever seen. Too scary. Don't like horror. Keep me up all night. Alright. So, there's a graveyard. Oh, that's Shinbug. We can hear the robotic nest. She's gotta be a cyborg or something. Oh, there's the kid. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. And it's muddy. Yeah, that's what he said. Crystals and then mud. Okay. I want to stay outside. That's perfectly fine. It's very creepy. I'll stay with him. That's good. We can look for lizards. Okay, we'll make it quick, yeah. Everything great, stone grave. Madam McGillen, generous suspicion. Will be missed. White Claw. HT on the file date, June 29th. Notes of almond. Okay. Charlie Miller and Jay Country. We think you two would really have liked each other. Weird finish. They just put people in graves just. No, Susan K. Jelly. Always had a far off look, probably still does. It did feel the aftertaste of rainwater. They're just like, what's over here? Let me read all these tombstones. Mercedes Burnside or Garrett Bolden. Sweet and fungal. What are they talking about? I don't like this. James Connolly. Would have wanted it this way. Maple turpentine. Oh, good old turpentine. That was all the rage back in the day. Kanu Balu. Should have said something. Sense of foreboding. They should have said something. Unknown. Seemed reasonable. No. Easy on the nose. Finding lizards? One, but a one under a rock. That's lizards for you. Is that guy your boyfriend? Nah, what's a boyfriend anyway? It's a word people use because everyone else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. He's my cricket. See? It means something. It's specific. Oh, I want to be specific. I think you are. It's the middle of the night and here you are in the graveyard. Any other kid your age would be in bed. You just gotta make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came out the assembly line about half foot shorter and all gray, no eyes. They were going to have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the wall, draining the tunnels. Johnny found some gear, an old tape player. We hid away in the underwater cave and listened to it over and over, and we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road. Just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night we've been detailing, coloring, and specifying. I feel more like myself every day. You kind of, that was nice. Yeah, you being able to find yourself to kind of find exactly who you are. Yeah, I definitely. I'm sure we've all had to go through that to sort of find who we are. All right. All right. Looks like they're back. There you are. What'd you find in there? It wasn't. Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, oh man. It doesn't matter. Right. Okay, we got what we needed. Let's go. What happened in there? What happened there that got them? Act 3. Scene 8. They're like, what are we gonna talk about? Back in the hall of the Mountain King. Alright, Donald. We're back. Trace in orbit around the road and close your eyes with holy dread, for we on molten whiskey feed and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? You gotta type in Pacific. There's a physical code word that he has to be put in to fix it. Oh, a beautiful poem to rally the illusionary spirit. Of course. Well then, type away. By all means, do not hesitate. Type away. Back to the Zandu. See what the Zandu do. All right. They said that there's a lock specific phrase that will reformat the entirety of the machine. Bring it back to its original glory. Yeah, they passcoded it. I don't know what the stranger were like. I do kind of want to know because they're just like, what, you don't want to know. We don't want to talk about it. And he was all flushed, like, what did they see? What happened in that old church? Who are the strangers? So because he did say that they looked horrible and stuff. So he was too scared to remember to describe them. So I'm like, well, what did they look like? What were they doing in there? Well, here we are. So they rotate into the Zandu. I kind of wish this had a little extra speed on it. You know what I'm saying? This I understand the detail. Why is this gate here? Who's this gate for? Unless this was the direction that we had to go to get to the strangers, and they like gated it off because of you know, them showing up. I don't know, but undo, nope, undo. Or they just build a gate because they could. Like they didn't. Like, we're just gonna put this gate, and then I guess they kind of give you a little bit extra sense of direction, right? It's like, all right, you know, it's right of the gate, left of the gate, that sort of thing. Go to the gate and go, you know, 2 tunnels this way. It would help with that. Okay, we're supposed to type dome in air. Weird. Just follow instructions. Here we go. Act 3, Scene 9. They're just throwing out scenes at this point. Go. Now we're just throwing scenes out. Just as we got a bunch of scenes in it. Come on now. Alright, here we are. Elegant, lively synthesizer music. We got Zandu. Okay. At end of road. What's at the end of the road? Is a brick house. You're standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Go to no. If I could check out the enter building. Inside building. What's inside the building? It's a light. You're inside a building, a storage shed for a National Park Service. There's a sensible modern electric lantern nearby. Yeah, let's grab the lantern. Get lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. That's not something you can enter. Just type a direction. North. Yeah, the forest, you're always in it. In forest. Yeah, at least we went in and got the light. I guess we could have not and maybe just stumbled around the dark. Or it would have been like, go get the light, you know, something else. You're in an open forest with a deep valley to one side. Can we climb a tree? Climb tree. I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Like I said to you. So, can we dig a hole? Dig a hole. You can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in forest. Hey, it's a maze. Okay. So go south. Let's go east. You're in forest. Lula is here. soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio. Oh, Lula's here. Wait, there's a talk to her. Ask Lula how she's doing. Hi Donald, I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. So what east? Let's head south. South. You're in forest. Joseph is here. Tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket rail slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Maybe he's got some shit to say. Listen. No, I was transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index cards he's been tapping on from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, drearily gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through the woods, Donald. I've been noting down the sounds from the forest, with an ear for speech, and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystems make of these punched cards. Let's go west. At edge of hole. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Giant hole. You're at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Yell in the hole. Are there any pirates in there? Yell. I only stood you as far as wanting to yell. Yell any pirates down there. No response. Sorry, kid. You're batting 0 today. At least we know there's no pirates. Let's shine. Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. Shine lamp in hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole where the rock is coated in slimy black mold. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Try using a rope to climb down safely. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times in slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. Alright. In bed quilt. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. It feels like we've gone someplace that should not have been discovered. You're in bed quilt, a long east and west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. That's the last trip, so everything down here now. Let's set up the gear. Set up gear. I only understand you as far as wanting to set the up above. Lula looks pensive. Ask her about the cave. Ask Lula about cave. Having second thoughts? I don't blame you. It's unsettling down here. Weird acoustics. Earlier, as we were climbing down, I thought I heard voices from a moment. Or not voices themselves, but the echoes of voices. Singing. Some kind of eerie, tuneless working song. I'm glad I'm not down here alone. What's the gear they're carrying? Ask Lula about gear. Sure, Donald. We might as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned out to my voice so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and the punch cards he's transcribed from the poems we read. We read them. And he's got the typewriter and the tape recorder. And you got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. We're probably gonna need power. Lula could have more to tell us. Let's start out the generators though. Help Joseph. I appreciate it. No, I'm not much of an electrician, you know that. Joseph hands a bunch of wires. His kitten curls up on a spool of cabling. Listen, the three of us had a good thing for a minute. When you say up at that old place before it got ugly, I'm saying we came down here to work, to really do it. Zandu. And I mean, we got this rational about this. All three of us have to put our feelings aside for a bit and be rational. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about wood? It's kind of creepy. Tell Joseph to back off. Joseph wipes his brow with a dusty sleeve. Seems down here we're all strangers. Permanently strange. You're interrupted by the ominous echoes of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. Uh-oh. In tunnels. What's in the tunnels? Oh no, look at it. They said, what's that? Let's go check it out. Look at the color of my skin. No. Set up defenses. You rush down the tunnels with Joseph and Lula close behind. Oh, this is getting exciting, huh? There's a lot of reading, but I'm really good at that. The tunnel is narrow, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged, crystalline surfaces. Scratches and tapes echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as dampened by water. The tunnel is open to a large room. Crystal room. In the crystal room. What's in here? Wait. That's me. That's what I'm turning into. You're in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floors, and ceilings are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally. Look at him. I have one of those legs. What's he got to say? The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses the plastic button. The box whirls to life and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible and slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confusion, disappointment, then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lulu flees through a tunnel to the northeast. We're already, let's see what we do. Run northeast. Lulu's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourself cornered. You have hit a dead end. Who are they? Let's find a way out of here. Escape. That's not a verb I recognize. Look for escape. You can't see any such thing. Listen, I think they've gone back to work. They seem strange somehow. Maybe they've forgotten about us. Yeah. Alright, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact. They will find their way back to the equipment. We just left them. Yeah, maybe they forgot about us. In bed quote. You're in bed quote. Along east-west passage, tolls everywhere. Lula is here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? She's just pretty scared. Reassure Lula. I know, but never mind. I don't want to think about it. I guess we should wait for Joseph here. This is where he'll go, right? Yeah, let's go. Let's search for him. Let's see if we see him. We only sent you as far as wanting to search. We have to be more specific. Let's look down one of the tunnels. Search the tunnel. You saw the tunnel at random, and lantern illuminates several sets of footprints in the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. Looks like back outside. Search outside. You grab hold of a rope and slowly climb up. Your day is lecturing on the necessary computer science topics did not prepare you to scale cave walls with rope. You're even gathering with friends and roll dice to consult fanciful illustrated charts, however, prepared you for the likelihood that this climb could end badly. You carefully descend back into the cave. Joseph steps cautiously out from behind the computer equipment. That damn sound, those damn voices, I don't even know the direction I was running. I wove through the network of tunnels, I ran my hand along the walls, always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here. and I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I had to tell you. While I was out there, lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero, and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work in the church, but it has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Lula looks down at her feet. Yo, what's up? What's going on, Lula? Do you know about it? Ask Lula, what's up? Nothing. Just Joseph, you sound disturbed. Lula, you heard the same damn stories I have. It doesn't matter now. Damn it, I'm leaving. To hell with all it. Oh, yeah. Come on down, Joseph. Stop, Joseph. You shout something at Joseph about the project you're working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. We can, I guess, ultimately we started a fire, so just finding somewhere safe to start a fire. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph was right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down to Zero. He's like, I think we need her to stay. Yeah. Ask Lila to stay. You plead with Lila about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, but then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Yeah, so this is the exact situation that we've seen from Lula's side, as well as from some of the messages we got from like Joseph's computer, from his emails and such, about this situation when they were supposed to be down here and then they went their separate ways. Damn. In tunnels. And yeah, now Donald's still here. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new side in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius? How do you mean? Vain. Vanity. Ain't it the truth? My aunt ruined us before she got into the whole endomusicography thing. She was a painter, mostly nudes and oil. She had this model, I'll never forget him. Big, classically physical guy, looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. You couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house, chasing the light from room to room, while Aunt Reminis made a sketch of his profile or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had his magnificent hair, long black hair that ran down to the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing next to an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting, early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Reminis was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest in a very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird indigent shuffle thing, or the wind from the open window would push it around, or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver and I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now, just that black swirl. Probably the best one she's ever painted. Hall of the Mountain King. That's where we are. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Damn. Stalactites adorn the ceilings like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. Xandu. Now it's your time to continue your work. Research assistant 0, realism index 37, romance index 2%, mold coverage 0%. You may hire a new resource assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Hire a new resource assistant. Hire. Uploading job advertisements to university message boards. You have hired Marianne, who studies fine art. Assign assistance to a task. Assign. You may assign assistance to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Marianne? I don't remember which. She's in debugging? Higher. Marianne later. Sleep. Marianne invites a bug with oxygen level simulation, but is unable to fix it. Continue work. Higher. Rick, library sciences. Rick. It's Rick. Rick is transcription? Are you transcription or are you on? On the transcription? I don't remember at all what each of them were doing. I'm just gonna sleep. Rick fixes some weird math with some weirder math. Marianne types of alert imagery from Dream Journal. Recently, Black Mouse collecting on the computer equipment. Now it's time to continue your work. Hire. Weaver. Hired Weaver. Study mathematics. Description. Assign 2 to transcription. And 1 to speculation. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter who specifically goes where, it's just how many do you assign to each thing. Tunnel diameter and functions is leaked. Weaver summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through tunnels. Discards centuries of excessive data on the uniformity of cause and effects. Intruders. The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now's your time to continue work. I'm convinced this is getting us any closer to 0. I'm not convinced. No more mode coverage. Can I hire a new? I don't want to do this. Andrew, statistics. You quit and start over. If I quit and start over, what happens? Do the transcription. Onto debugging. Bind the tunnel command to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Transcribe the sound of different wire and variations. Experiences. Weaver follows his enters to the tunnel. She doesn't return, but neither do they. So Weaver is gone. I have no idea what any of this is. Hey Roberta. Fairy tales. Debugging. Still on debugging. One on speculation. And one on transcription. Vertimus doesn't the algorithm bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horrible lettery tumbleweeds. Rick fixed bugs, Ariane transcribed experiences, and Andrew points to nature, not reason, as a matter of industry. Greasy Black Mold is collecting on computer equipment. Now it's time to continue work. Let's just start over. But look. I'll try to close, start over. How's it keep playing? You know what? We'll keep playing a little bit. Do I already know? Keeping computer interactions. I think task-wise... more description. We'll hire 3 people to do that. We will assign 2 people to speculation. I don't know if there's a thing of like we get 100% on everything, but I'll actually stop here in a bit. Transcribe. Convince the argument for the edibility of stone. Love lives of fungal colonies. A mail carrier busing brings a sizable bill from the power company. You know what? Yeah. We got this out, kid. We win. Should anyone invite? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. Oh. Exit. But you aren't anything at the moment. I hate to say fucking smash the smash computer. Violence isn't the answer to this one. We have to wait it out. Wait indefinitely. Time passes. You don't encounter the strangers again, but something that you hear the uncanny echo sound. Years pass, mold accumulates. You and the remaining resources take the burning, disused equipment at the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable, makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet narcotic perfume. One night you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then later that night, an old friend. You really did go deeper into the cave. Premature end the file. Press any key to quit. Huh? Well. There might be something, Act 3, Scene 10, to like getting 100% on everything. It's taking a while. We've been here for a bit. And it would probably even, I don't know, it might have been an early achievement. I don't know, there could have been something cool. Maybe we find out a little bit more about the strangers. But Lula's here now. You really did go there in the cave as well. You were easy enough to find. I'm going to feel your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. This is what's become of our project. Oh, I made some additions. Just stole the data tapes from the first house, so I had some blank spots to fill. Yeah, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. We found your daughter. Oh, good, yes. You're looking not well, to be honest. You smell like a distillery. Have you been drinking? Well, I wouldn't blame you if you had been. It's so dim here. So you found the address data. Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald will you be able to dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking for a sort out of a street named Collision, Dogwood Drive. Wasn't the bureau down to that now? I insist. I have cycles to spare. I'll just pack my pipe and get to it. I should only be an hour, so Andrew will carry it over too. I'll be at the bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private material for the attention of Senior Clark Chamberlain. How do we get to the bureau from here? The bridge. Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Now we, too, recede into history. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the bureau and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cat-hold ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the bureau. Counterclockwise at the cat-hold ray. Between us, I think you should drive. Well, it's been a day. Zandu, hey, loved it. It's time to get on out of here. Thanks for coming down, Lula. I know you'd be down here, but hey, I'm glad you're able to meet up with your friend Donald. Apparently it's been years, kind of see what's going on. It'd be cool if Joseph came down, you know, and get the band back together. You know, he's done so much on his own with it. Maybe, you know, maybe you guys could wrap it up, you know, put it together, and then that's that. It's weird because, according to the thing, Weaver came down here with and left with the strangers, and then the strangers never came back. So, like, did she do something? Who knows? But we're going down. Oh, no more music that I gotta replace. I love when they did this to me. I love when there's no option to turn the music off. Which is typically not a problem, but it's become definitely way more noticeable since I started recording. I was like, I gotta turn the music off. You know. Hey, it's blue. It's blue. We're on the. Thanks for waiting, Blue. What have you been doing? We are on the other side of the bridge now. Yeah, because, yeah, we were on the other side of the bridge. We weren't on the other side, so. I actually don't know what happened up there. Very mysterious, man. Yeah, this is, get back in the truck. The cat carrier? Is the cat carrier the town, or is that not? It could not be. Give me the cat hold. Oh, that's got over. That and then turn around. And a sprocket. Zero is such a weird, fascinating place. Because what if the shit is real? Like, what if there really is, like, something like this? Because there could be. And obviously, I wouldn't know. Right? If you don't know about it, if you've never been there, then you probably, it could exist, and you just, you'll never know. Oh, back at the bureau. The bureau. See what this is all about. Act 3, scene 11. A lot of scenes in this act. Definitely a lot of scenes. The Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. But we're back here again. What's this here? About the blue. See the cat over there? Yeah. Look like she just washed up. Where do you think she came from? Let's head to reception. Yeah, this is rough. This is like she's not a real person. She is a cyborg. She can't be real. This is XJ9 right here. Hey Lula. Here you are. Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. Oh, you're not too busy? If I'm in the middle of something and I just let the phone ring, it's soothing in a way. The results just came in from the courier. Good news. Dow and his assistants were able to sort through that noise. I had Rick cross-reference the results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on the Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure you can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I had to get back to packing. Yeah, thanks for your help. Happy to help. As well we just repeat it until it's true. Safe travels. Try to stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks. And deep. Well. Yeah. This Junebug is not a real person. So wait. All I'm doing out the way? Oh, who knows? Alright. What happened? Yeah, I'll do it. It's okay, you can tell them. It doesn't matter anymore. Fine. So we were in that graveyard. So we get to see what happened with the whole strangers situation. Act 3. Scene 12. Where the strangers come from. Because according to the story thing, Weaver went down there and then never came back, but the strangers never came back too, so. It said Weaver do something. Oh, it's funny. Can't ruin the continuity. I'll say. Okay. I said, I gotta keep the continuity. You can't change the past. Oh, you messed some things up. Church floors, cold metal skeleton, flex by unknown boot heels. In my skeletal leg. I don't know what I expected. The strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Donald's a stranger. Hell, you and I are practically strangers. Listen, earlier, in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but you don't have to talk about it. No, it's okay. I want to. When I saw Weaver, she was on TV. I was testing a pretty simple tube repair, flipping through channels to check the saturation, and she was just there. It was kind of horrible. I mean, I told you she disappeared suddenly, ran away, but we thought... Yeah, she thought she was dead. Yeah, I guess. I don't like to say it. Dead. And then the next time I flipped to channel 2, Weaver. It burned in my vision now. She's standing in a room. The walls are blank kind of gray. There's tape on the wall like markings and desk. A classroom, maybe. The camera's in the corner, so it's a sort of 45-degree angle into the room, and there's a Weaver right in the center of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. Hell, I think I stopped breathing. Eventually she spoke, but there was no real sound, just this awful hum. I read the closed captions. She said to go to the mine. I'd find something there. I can't remember her exact words. Whenever I try, I get distracted. Fuzzy, Sure, causes her sleep. It's so dusty in here, right? I hadn't noticed. Maybe it's me. I'm kind of allergic to... What the hell is that? You hear that? Man, church is selling, you know, that's I had to... Oh. Secret. It's like one of those spy movies where just like you going to go like in one place and all of a sudden you just... Oh, okay. Well. Oh, he's coming to us. The visitors. The stranger activates the tape recorder slung on his shoulder. A crackling owl instruments. The patient sounds like it should be smiling. Dude, my regrets. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. I guess you're here about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. Horrible business. Just looking for information. Certainly, I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there's a place for you here. I'll just take you over to meet the dispatcher, show you the trucks, get you familiarized. We can converse as we go. What is this place? Well, it's not an old church. No, I guess not, but still, it all has a kind of reverence to it. And what's that smell like? Bread? Baking bread? Please follow me. I guess we work here now. I have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is for your safety and adjust your outfits just a bit. There's some protective headwear up the wall back there. Please do remove your shoes and eyeglasses. I don't wear glasses. So that won't be an issue. We'll do us a favor and put on the headwear anywhere, just this way. So while they were outside, we were getting jobs. I don't know what that does. Well, there's other people that work here. More new Rose is eating. Plenty to do. Gotta relay the formula. What? Yeah, what formula? Hey, the formula. Changed our lives. 1 year ago, we were prisoners to the interstices of our debts here. We had to account for everything on paper. Compounding interest by hand, reassessing authorization, and levering asset distribution according to nightly merit decay. Then she stepped out of the dark caves to show us the light of the formula. She had a brilliant grasp of mathematics and a saint-like way of speaking right through the numbers. Now we just plug our daily numbers into the formula, then run it all through the adding machine. We occasionally suffer some surplus drift, but she instructed us on all the necessary adjustments. It was devastating to see our revered mathematician go, but she was needed elsewhere. Her legacy abides. Oh, so Weaver came and just streamlined everything. She showed everything how to do all this else so they could do it in a better, more efficient way, and they've been running it ever since. So that's why they never had to come back. He helped them. I don't know what's been settled just yet. You You see, sometimes we take newcomers already in depth to the distillery. One of the foremen will find something for them to do, chip away at their sum until it's all settled. That's what we're doing here, chipping away. That's what we're all doing. Wow, check this stuff out. It must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition. You really like old electronics. Yeah, I got it bad. That's why I got into the business. Keep old stuff like this running. Seems like such a saying to let it just fall into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the sea. Undo. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy all petrified into living stone. How can you just let that fall apart? Earl. This is Earl. He used to be a beekeeper, borrowed some used casks stored in hives, but the interest secured more quickly than the honey, and now it works for us in the logistics. So, these are all people that owe debts, and they come here to pay it off. They work for shuttles. Here's the fleet. Oh, we just get you these to get used around eternally. How big is this place? Oh, it's grown a great deal over the years. Incredible to think, really. When Mr. Bishop found the operation, it was only about 800 square feet, and half of that was more occupied by camouflage to keep the law out. Hiding out in the back of an old church, purifying spirits by handmade fire, a kettle, and a dream. So the trucks here are east stowaways and shipping. You can become acquainted with the dispatcher here. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see something that catches your eye. Always have to show out the facility. Sublime machinery. Alright. So let's see. Hop in a whip. Yes, we don't shipping ones. What you got over here? That in? Alright, let's whip it. Ah! Ah! It's over here. I just want to see what's over here. Distill. Spirit safe. Confidentially. Don't let them catch you looking too closely here. Not with in our purview. We can look at something else. Sure, plenty else to see. Marvelous engineering though, isn't it? Connie. Connie, how's the rat? Connie's a great lover of animals. Did you know she's adopted over a dozen pets in many years? Of course, death comes to all things great and small, but the distillery found that remains in our makeshift pet cemetery were trespassing on our subterranean property. Our hand was forced. In order to avoid the legal incident of our easement, we were required to file a civil suit. Ever the level ahead, Connie agreed to a pre-court settlement to pay off her fines while working for us here. Fill your outfit warmth like a summer breeze. This is the aging warehouse. See that officially? 100%. Draws a lot of electricity to tame the cold, rocky cave, I'll tell you that. Of course, we only have half our aging stock in here at any given time. Most distilleries let their whiskey sit in casks through the cycle of seasons. In the summer, the wood expands for the months and steps in, picking up flavor. In winter, the wood contracts, squeezes the whiskey back out. Down here, there are no seasons. Each workday proceeds from the last in the unbroken chain of climate control. So they make our own seasons. Each casket alternates in a weekly cycle between the cold ground upstairs and the heated warehouse. So is this where hard times distillery is? Can I go up here? I can't. So we were in here a lot longer than I would have thought. Computers. Please don't touch a thing. Very sensitive devices. We're not even allowed to run the formula to them. Not computer issues of our own. Computers. Personally, I'm opposed. On principle. Am I boring you yet? Are you simply dying of boredom? I must find myself in this as a matter of past sunrise. We're trying to fix an old computer in the case. Of course I'm boring you. Let's move on. Ted. How's it looking, Ted? Get that new fan installed? Ted met one of our engineers at the bar some years ago, and they just clicked. Our engineer told him about some trouble with the equipment here, and he felt compelled to take a crack at it. Ted's been obsessively tuning, replacing and upgrading ever since. Quite a project, Ted. You'll get ahead of it one day, I'm sure. More of these old computers look like the same vintage stuff in the cave. How can you tell? Oh, I don't know this maker model, but you can tell. Check out these saloons. Nobody uses these anymore, and I'm not sure where they'd even get replacements these days. It's rare stuff. Hey, it's like the antiquity with list that for you, huh? It probably sounds ridiculous waxing on about vacuum tubes and occupations. I got to have fashion. Yeah, I guess it is. Someday you'll have to tell me what yours is. Danny. Doolittle, how goes the mystery, Daniel? Danny's an enigma. He leases an old van from our fleet for some kind of daily art project. He drives out every morning and comes back by evening smelling of propellants. Can't afford to lease in cash, so he pays us with work here. So yeah, no, it's just a bunch of people that owe debts as such. So they have to work here. Alright. Let's get back at it. They're like, we can't tell you what I saw down there. Malting and bottling. Labeler. Does this mean debt? And like if I fully, because I'm gonna have to pay the bill for this stuff and everything, which makes me like, just like the amount of debt I currently have. If like by the end of this, am I gonna be like them? And it's I have to work here to pay off all the debt I have. And him saying that my future's gonna be a driver is because I'm gonna be driving for them. Oh no, no. Cliff. This is Cliff in Botland. Did you know? Well, how could you? Cliff was behind bars not long ago. He placed a desperate advertisement on local newspapers seeking assistance on his bail. They steadily put out the money, and now he's working it off while his case hovers in bureaucratic limbo. Oh. So yeah. This is terrifying. You fall into debt, you have to work here. For what very much feels like the rest of your life. What is that? The lumberyard. Cask. There's a showering jar. Vents pretty well considering. This amount is what they call a bourbon, a comfort food. These are empty, right? What? Oh, of course. We don't really exhume them anymore. We tapped that source years ago. Davey. Davey, how's it going? Watch out for Davey. He's a skilled card player and once played a marvelous protracted game of blackjack against our old floor manager, Jane, in some tiki lounge in the Echo River. His luck ran out and he couldn't cover his losses, so she offered him a job. Oh. I don't think this is the place you want to get a job at. I know, this is strangers. Yeah. Seems like going everywhere that we can in this route. We'll head back. Nope. Oh, too soon. He's like, let me whip it. Yeah, we'll head on back. And so this is where Hard Times whiskey comes from. Maybe, you know, it's like, yeah, that checks. People working here are definitely on hard times. Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a master of cars, what kind of experience do you have driving trucks? I drove delivery for an antique shop. Ah, precious cargo. You'll do just fine. You can drive safely, can you? I haven't any doubts. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. I haven't with Miguel this evening. While the dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes a moment or simply hit a curve too devilish. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company and slow to anger, but if we're speaking confidentially. Well, with all the lost product to be represented, bourbon and glasses dashed across the interstate with a few cows too, we're all thankful that he had no next of kin. So let's see if we can ring up this dispatcher. Yeah, well, no one to inherit his debt. I see, right, because they did talk about this on the news report as well. Inside the truck is switched on the CB radio. Deep monotone volume drums from the dashboard speaker. Dispatcher, 1020 on the load, come back. Up in the Hummingbird Cave, 1012. Cities. This is a good time, dispatch. We may have found Miguel's replacement. Thought you might like to get acquainted. 10-9, come again. Introduce yourself. What is me? Tell this about something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. You know anything about a mobile computer? You folks. Well, we'll holler. Gotta pay the water bill. So. I'm certain they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? Headlights work fine, see? Fills with the controls. They're more important, most of our product goes out at night. You never know when you run into daylight, and dusk can be a treacherous, misleading, indirect light. The magic hour, eh? Driver sleeping the daytime? Sure, those that sleep. Miguel pulled extra day shifts when he could. Sometimes he helped me, you know, sometimes over in bottling. He shouldn't have been out driving that dust. Weird shadow, soft light is dangerous. Headlights look pretty okay. That'll do. Check these tires. Don't tell me this is where I'm gonna be working the rest of my life because of all the debt I'm gonna incur. Well, sure, I know that's what they look. Kick the tires, it's the thing we do, isn't it? As though our knees couldn't exert the kind of force the tires see out there in the world. We're more likely to hurt ourselves, isn't it that way, huh? How big machines, they can be fragile. Absolutely, chargers care and fearful respect, like a glass elephant. Miguel was a good driver, but he didn't have that quality of deference. What kind of man was Miguel? As I always say of him, he was good company. Many of us have found ourselves in this position, arrogantly grasping a personal sovereignty with our lives become unmanageable. There's no shame in it, only condolences. Now what else can we show you? Yeah, let's check it back. Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We have some good, strong folks in shipping here, so you never have the need to worry about loading if you don't want to. Bit hard on the knees and back at our age, eh? Of course, you'll have to unload at the destination, but that's the job. And some drivers like the extra shifts stacking and loading here. Miguel load his own trucks? He did. It was a jealous, guarded task for him. If I didn't know the man better, hear me out. If I didn't know the man better, I may have said he was skimming off the top. Conway woke up on a bailed hay. Everything was too bright. His head hurt unusual. Less sad than Ira learned. And then gone by he wanted Ira to take him outside for a shower and he'd cough and get to his job. Ira said there wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It was an important job. They couldn't put it off. Ira said to let the deadbeat sleep it off till then send him packing. And Charlie could do the job. Conway saw the dark in his eyes. He tried to say something reassuring, but just as he stumbled around it, like I said, looked away. Ira just spat and went inside to wake Charlie. He was a stubborn man, so Charlie went along, and Conway drifted out again, and he didn't hear about the accident until months later. So what's next? Control the wipers to this knob here. Seen a decent torque to him. We had to say they'd fare an ice storm, but we never delay shipment. Better to save the risk. Oh, let's go, guys, down here. So I hear, but most of our product is delivered by surface roads, which feel rain quite often, particularly in the spring months, so I hear. Yeah, I'm sure it was fine. Of course, what else? Driver, come back. There's dispatch. Now tell them about your experience. Tell them the truck's in good shape. Tell them that you'll start in the morning. I've been around for a couple years. Decades, dispatch. Then there, this road, we got 2 black eyes with a flock of crocodiles. Come back. Back it down and break your eyelids, driver. Come back, one. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder. 10-4. Got your ears on. Good. Listen to this. Silence. So, I think that went well. Let's head back to logistics and seal the deal, eh? I got one more thing to show you. Back to logistics. I sure would like to not get the job. The job is definitely something I don't want. I think he whipping it. Wait a minute. Oh no. Back to logistics. Let's head back upstairs. I have one more thing to show you. Wait. We only came here looking for some answers about the stupid moldy computer. Oh, the old man in the cave with the moldy computer? That black mold is drawn to whiskey. It feeds on ethanol fuels, you see, and as it ages, the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates to the air, the angle share. It goes through the vents here and out through the cave, so if we can scrape up the mold, we usually apply some pressure to cold to it, squeeze the condone, the angel's share back into the drinkable whiskey. Every drop counts when you're making a living on this stuff, so we'd go down and scrape it off his equipment, just like any other place it grows. He got sending his people here to drive us away. Paranoid, truly paranoid. Well, now we have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. But we didn't do anything to his moldy computer. He just forgot the password. One of his assistants shared it with me. Dome in there. That'll get you going, I'm sure of it. So, join me upstairs? Oh. I have to come here or I have to go to the other one? Alright, nope. All the way upstairs. There's this all this job stuff, if you don't mind. It's like, man, I'm not trying to work here. I'm just trying to. This whole time we did all of this while he was looking at tombstones and everything. Adding machine. Here it is, a beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know. What is it? Well, it's an adding machine. This is where we come for our daily ritual to calculate the day's interest and repayment according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you'll do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired. Wait, we can't. It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special. Mark the occasion. This is the top stuff. Single barrel. He doesn't. Down the hatch. Vino memorable. I guess I have to drink here. Decent enough. Welcome aboard. He's not working for you. We have to get back to this. He has a delivery to make. What is not working? Are you turning down this opportunity? She's right. I have to make this. I'm disappointed. And I'm afraid it leads to a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is top shelf stuff you're drinking now. It isn't cheap. If it's not your first shift drink, well, then there's a matter of this tour just now. My time and experience are billed at quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You're in quite deep by my back in the envelope. I was missing. Well, we have that in common, I suppose, all of us. Yes, I'm afraid to let the work does all somehow. It's just the way of it. What's happening right now? You can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs, of course. The interest begins to compound immediately, and well, we'll go over the formula when you get here. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow, then. I just get forced into debt. I just got tricked into debt. And now, no. Conway, why? So I guess I start in the morning. I guess. I'm confused. It's just the way these things go, kid. Huh? Well, that still gives us a few hours of room, right? Where's the ferry? So now I gotta work at the distillery. For what will most likely be the rest of my life. With my skeleton leg, the amount of debt I'm having, not great. Foghorn sound is the elephant, or a mammoth. Looks more like a woolly mammoth. Great. That. Loved that. End of Act 3. Well, I mean, that was a bit of a longer one, but just, it was nice. Yeah, I guess we were going to be working off our debt going forward now. I guess that means we have to make this delivery by tonight and start our new job in the morning, which I guess, yeah, the feature of him breaking branches saying that we're going to be driver with a new truck is going to be coming true, because I guess we'll be driving deliveries of Hard Time Whiskey. But that was cool. Yeah, no, it was a lot of interesting stuff. It was a lot more streamlined than the other two chapters, but with a lot more stuff going on in those areas and everything. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. And like I said, I would check out the entertainment if you've got like time to kind of watch that play out and such. It was just long, very long. But it wasn't completely enjoyable. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to you here. I'm SS Cannon. Make sure to like, comment, if you've ever, when's the last time you've seen a play, or like you've been to a concert. It's been a while, and all that. But I will see you guys next time. Later.